welcome to J&J's Maintenance and More. Our last Harley video that we did, we were putting these lifter blocks in. So they're all in, they're torqued down, lifters are in there properly, and we showed you that in another video if you want to check it out. Something I'm going to show you here real quick right now is here. We'll see a lot of questions about this. Where does this metal spacer go? Does the O-ring and then this, or this and the O-ring? The metal spacer goes into the top of the lifter block if your bike has one, and if it doesn't, it might have been lost at some time. After that, you put your metal spacer, O-ring. Alright, now to adjust these, I had to get a hold of S&S because these are S&S lifters. These are Jim's push rods. These have a different thread per inch than what the SNSs have. So if you have adjustable push rods, you have to know how many turns once you get the lash taken out to get your lifters preloaded properly. I called S&S, said I got 24 threads per inch. They said instead of 4 turns, only 3, or whatever number of turns that their push rods call for, because I think they're a 32 thread. So you gotta follow the directions and carefully, because if you don't get those preloaded properly, then you have problems. Next thing, we got push rod tube. I have the new O-rings in here. Put a new O-ring up here, and I got a new O-ring on top. And this can be, honestly, one of the most frustrating things in the world to do, because you're going to be trying to adjust a push rod, and this is going to want to keep falling down. When I took the bike apart, I marked these. See, there's 2 slashes right here. That goes second one back. Doesn't mean number 2 cylinder, it means second one back. The engine's turned over, compression stroke, top dead center, which means the valves would be closed. It's the proper position to make these adjustments. So you're going to slide this up in here and find the sweet spot of where that this goes, where that this will fit into back into the lifter bore, and it can take some time. There we go. Now, once you've found that sweet spot and you're in up there, you're going to turn this. This is where it gets funky sometimes, because you're going to hold the bottom piece of this for a while, and you're going to turn the top piece. Until that you get to basically 0 lash. And you just got to be patient. And I'm not always the most patient person in the world, but this is one of those things where you've just got to be, and I'll be honest with you, all you got to try to keep telling yourself if you're doing this with adjustable push rods is, if you had the Harley rods in there that don't have that aren't adjustable, that are a solid push rod, you'd be taking this entire top end of the engine off just to get the push rods out. So there's pros and cons to them both. The reason these push rods that are in here is the last camshaft that was in the bike was just a little too radical for the Harley Davidson solid push rods. So I know that it's tough to see, but I'm holding this bottom piece. Here's your lock nut right here. I'm holding this bottom piece right here, and I'm spinning this top piece to get all the lash out of there. Apologize that my hands have got to be in the way, but they do. Till I get to where I'm going with this. Alright, we're where we need to be. I'm going to try to do something here real quick. Let me get that. If you can look down in here, you've got this push rod is down into the top of the lifter, and it's just touching the top of it, and it's up into the top of here where that it needs to be, in there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to I'm going to tell you what, here's what that you do. Once you have the zero lash right here, alright, this particular push rod, there's no lash, just touching this push rod's got to be turned 3 turns. So here's what we're going to do. Are you kidding me? Where the hell did that go? There's 1 turn. Holding the bottom from turning. 2 turns. There's 3 turns. So we've taken the 0 lash, and then we've taken the 3 turns that S&S told me that I needed to take. We're going to put this in here, and we're going to hit the lock nut down here, which I believe is 7/16, but it might be a half. Take this, hit the lock nut here so that it stays where we put it. I'm going to slide this down into here to the O-ring. This one here, we gotta make sure the O-ring's sitting where it needs to be. And it is. Once that's all in place like that, we take and get our big screwdriver here, and I'm going to tell you what, I always hate doing this because it's very easy to fuck up your hands. There we go. And there you go. So there's one push rod done, and I don't know how long this video is, but like I said, you got to have some patience. So what we're going to do, we'll put this one in, Then we'll roll this motor around until we're at top dead center on the number 2 cylinder. Put us a compression stroke, put us on the base circle of that camshaft, and then adjust those valves back there as well. Alright, so I hope that this video helps y'all out. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button. Share this around to people that might be able to use it. Hit your notifications bell so that you know when we put up new content, and absolutely positively subscribe to the channel. Help us out here a little bit. Right now me and John are just doing this to try and have a little bit of fun, but hey, it wouldn't hurt our feelings to get 1,000 subscribers and some good viewers, and maybe get a few bucks thrown at us for our time. Hey, I'm just saying.
See where it goes.
So that's what makes the world go round.
That's right. All right, guys.
We'll either get paid for it or we won't. That's the way that I see it.